Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nyla and this is boom LCTrades. You already know. So as you know, I do a weekly series and this is going to be the weekly analysis for the week. I'm dropping in a little early today so you guys can look at the markets a little more, before you want to get into whatever you want to get into. So without further ado, I got a couple pairs that you'll be interested in because I'm super interested in them. But let's just hop into the charts. Let's do it. Alrighty guys, so let's hop into it. Let's do this. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 7 pairs for the week that I'm super interested in. So let's break down GA. GA is at the top of my list right now. So first, let me just show you guys the trend that we're mainly in. So the weekly is going to be bearish. We have our lower high right here, lower low down here. Perfect. Daily is going to be bullish because it was previously bearish, lower high, lower low, but then this candle right here broke above and made the trend bullish. Perfect, perfect. Stay with me. 4 hour is going to be bearish. Why is it bearish, Nyla? Oh, because higher high, higher low. This candle right here broke this higher low, turning the trend bearish. Perfect. So GA is interesting because I'm looking for both. Anyone can happen for me. We could do buys and I'll take it all the way up to the seller's box, and we could do sells and I'll take it all the way down here. So let me just break that down real quick. So I have a bunch of different strategies for when I trade. So this is the trend line that I have. And anytime price breaks above a trend line, you already know it's going to hit points, previous points on the trend line. So that's why I have these marked up as TP. It's inverted. Let me fix it. This should be TP1. This should be TP1. This should be TP. Oh, that's perfect. TP2. And this should be TP3. All right, perfect. So this is going to be my TP1, 2, and 3 because price previously touched here on the trend line, here on the trend line, and here on the trend line. Perfect. So with that being said, in terms of buys, I'm going to wait for a price to break above this 50 EMA that I have. That's the exponential moving average. I have it at 50. So once it breaks and closes above that, I'm going to be looking to get into buys to take it all the way to the seller's box all the way up here. This is blocking it. All right, the seller's box all the way up here. Vice versa now, if I get an indication and a correction and a continuation, I'm going to be looking to sell it all the way down here. I got this TP from the daily level. As you can see, this is where price previously stopped before pushing up. So this will be my TP1 for sure. Well, actually, it might be right here. All right, so this will be my TP1, and this will be my TP2. That looks a little more realistic. All right, cool. Remember, I'm a day trader, all right? I'm not a scalper. Day/swing, because I can hold trades if I want. So, yeah, that's GA. I could take it either way. I could do buys or sells. I'm very interested in it because it looks great for both. So, on to the next pair. Okay, so now we have GBPUSD. If you're looking at my chart, it may look a little confusing because I got all these boxes here, but don't worry, I'm going to break it down. So, first, the weekly is bearish, lower high, lower low right there. The daily is bearish. We have our lower high up here in this area. Lower low is right down here. And then our 4 hour is also going to be bearish. So we have, this is a previous lower high. No, sorry. Oh my gosh. Wait, what are we? Hold the front door. Hold on. Lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low. Broke above. That makes the trend bullish. Oh, 4 hour is actually bullish. Let me just do this real time so you guys can see. Like, Nyla, what are you talking about? So this right here is going to be our lower high. And make this bigger. And then this right here is going to be our, move this out the way for now, our lower low. Okay, you get me doing price market structure live, guys. So we broke above it with this candle right here. That means that this goes up here. This is now our higher high. And then this would be our higher low. All right, never mind. So The 4-hour is bullish until it breaks below this. So that's pretty good because I actually did have an alert in. And when it breaks and closes that, it's bullish, it's bearish, and we're gonna hop in that. Let me just change this. 4-hour is bullish. All right, perfect. So it still looks good for me. I'm looking for sells, especially because I see this head and shoulders. So we have shoulder, head, shoulder. And a head and shoulders is basically an indication for a downtrend. So what I would need is, we already had the indication previously right here. So wait, actually this indication doesn't count. So this is the indication right here. I would need a correction. So let me actually put that right here. Changing up everything on you guys. All right, let's fix this. GU is making a correction. All right, that's perfect because it's gonna look even better. So indication, correction, continuation. And then I have my take profits. I got them from the daily time frame, TP1, 2, and 3. And we ready to rock and roll. So yeah, GU is my second favorite. As long as it does as it's being told to do. As long as it makes that correction and that continuation, then we can rock and roll with that. The next trade, let me delete this. Next trade is going to be CADJPY, my favorite. I think I've traded this for like the past 3 weeks now. So CADJPY is looking a little interesting to me. Ignore all of this stuff. This is from previous analysis that I've done. So CADJPY looks interesting because, let me just delete this. I'll get into why I have those. I'm always looking to sell CADJPY, right? But for this instance, I don't know. I think CADJPY may be going up, right? So on the daily, it looks good. Let me change the visibility. Sorry. I don't know why these yellow boxes are here. How dare they? All right, cool. So on the daily, it looks good for sales. So it already gave us that pullback, and I would have loved for it to close beneath the area of interest. But if it does close, then obviously we could take that all the way. I'd say down here will be our, well, right here will be our first TP. Our next TP will be down here. Both great contenders. Let me just put that so that we know. All right, so TP1. And this right here will be our TP2. All right, perfect. So, oh wow, TP1 is super close on the 4-hour. Okay, so I can go either way with CADJPY. It's just like GA. So CADJPY, it looks good for sales still. Don't get me wrong. We're still in that bearish downtrend. Do I have that up actually? I have it right here. All right. So weekly is still bullish, perfect. Daily is still bearish. Let me just delete this. It's confusing everyone. Daily is still bearish, got that lower high, lower low action going on. And then the 4-hour is, of course, still bearish. We got our lower high, lower low right there. So, like I said, sales look amazing. But what I'm seeing is a little bit of controversy because this is an inverted head and shoulders. Remember I said that a regular head and shoulders is for sales? Well, inverted head and shoulders are for buys. And on the 4-hour, that's a pretty high time frame. An inverted head and shoulders means that we're going up. So, like I said, I could take this anyway. If I was looking for buys, I wouldn't look for buys until we got probably above this area right here. Only because it just looks better to me. Like I honestly, it just looks better for buys to me personally. For sells, I would need price to have an indication below this box right here, this yellow box. Indication, correction, continuation, and then we'll take that down to the buyer's box. If it does the same thing with the buyer's box, then we're gonna take it all the way down to TP2. So it looks good for both. I don't mind whichever one happens. I'm 100% okay with. The EMA is underneath price, above price, which means that sells are still in play here. That's why I said I will only take buys above this area, this buyer's box, because the EMA is then going to flip if we are heading up. But for now, we just chilling. CADJPY might not even move next week because it's been moving a lot for the past like 3 weeks. Literally like one of my top pairs, which is why it's top 3. Next trade we're gonna be talking about is my favorite, gold. I think it's everyone's favorite. Gold is a simple breakdown. I don't even need to break it down on the higher time frames. This is the only time frame I'm concerned about, the 4-hour. So we have our, I'm not too sure why it's not written here. We have our seller's box right here. And then we have our buyer's box right here. Perfect. Enter and put that at the bottom. All right, cool. So we got our sellers and our buyer's box. So we already had the indication above the sellers. Amazing. Actually don't need this right now. We have our indication above the sellers. We have an amazing correction. And once price breaks and gives us that continuation, oh boy, yeah, we getting in there and we heading up, right? Now, the reason I have this yellow box right here is if price does want to continue down, right? So if we head down to the 1 hour, the 1 hour did give us a little, it's showing a little hesitation, right? But I'm okay with both. Again, I'm actually gonna, I have an alert actually. So if gold is dropping below the yellow box, and I'm gonna take it all the way down to, not the buyer's box, but probably like this area right here. There's another trend line. I'm not gonna draw it out, but I would expect price to stop here, 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 and here. So those are all take profit areas for me, but I'm mainly looking for gold to buy, and I would love that. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what it does. Gold actually should be at the top because that's actually is my number 1. Sorry, GA. So the next trade, the next pair that we're going to talk about is GBPJPY. So GBPJPY actually isn't one of my favorites, but let's break it down real quick. We got the weekly is bearish. Is that true? Yeah. Weekly is still bearish. Lower high, lower low. Daily is still bearish, lower high, lower low. And the 4 hour is currently bullish actually. Do I have that? No, I have it bearish. Let me just break that down here. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This is actually lower high, lower high, lower low. Broke above this. Yeah, actually the 4 hour is bullish. So let's just fix that. Bullish. Okay. So I want GJ to sell down here. I would love that. That's why I have this minor buyer's box right here. So this is going to be, I'm waiting for a correction, as you can see, and a continuation to take GJ to the downside. That's the only thing I'm really looking at for GJ until we get to this area by the seller's box. We break above. If we break above it, then we're going up. It's pretty simple. Yeah, not much on GJ. It's not really my favorite, but it is an interesting one. But if it does give us that correction and continuation, we hop in for sales. Let's go into EURUSD next. Oh, you know what? EURUSD needs to be moved up. This is actually one of my favorites too. So let's just break it down real quick. We got the weekly is bearish, lower high, lower low. Cool. The daily is bearish, lower high, lower low. Everything in between is just plain old market structure. And we have the 4 hour is bearish. Is it still bearish? This looks bullish to me. I probably didn't update these. Yeah, the 4 hour. No. The 4 hours bearish. We have our higher low, higher high. Higher low was broken by this huge candle, making it bearish. Cool. So, yes. EURUSD is my favorite because what I'm waiting for is we got this. We already had the indication, correction, continuation. What I'm waiting for is another pullback, a bounce off of this trend line so that we could head back to the buyer's box. Now, realistically, you shouldn't be trading in between the sellers and the buyer's box, but I don't know. I've just been doing this for some time and I know what to look for, which is why I'm telling you guys what I'm looking for. And if it does do that, then we're going to take it down to the buyer's box. What's the problem? Money's money, right? And if we lose, hey, we lose. It is what it is. But we're going to win. We're going to win. We're not looking for losses here. But yeah, EURUSD is one of definitely a top. Let's move it up. It's definitely a let's put it, actually it can stay where it is. But it's a top one though for sure. But yeah, waiting for a trend line bounce to take it all the way to the downside. So GJ is next. GJ looks just like, no, I did GJ. Oh, I was about to say GJ looks like something else we just went over. All right, last one is USDCAD. I'm always going to trade USDCAD. I'm always super interested in it. It's very good for beginners. It moves like amazingly. It kind of already gave us our indication. I moved the seller's box up a little bit because this is a new week. We're going to be looking for something different. So I'm waiting for that indication, correction, continuation, take profit right here. So as you know, the weekly is bullish. Boom, higher low, higher high. The daily is bullish. We have our higher low, higher high, new higher low, new higher high. And then the 4 hour is bullish as well. We have our higher low, higher high. And a new one was made right here. Higher low, higher high. Looks a little small, but they still matter. So yeah, I'm just waiting for an indication, correction, continuation. On the daily, it already gave us that pullback we needed to take it to the upside. So technically, if I wanted to, I could get in, but I just feel safer if we just, on the 4 hour, we just go hit that indication, correction, continuation. And that is everything. Let's just do a quick recap. So gold, we're looking for either one, mainly buys we're looking for. GBPAUD, we're looking for either one, definitely buys or sells. I'll be taking either one, doesn't matter. GBPUSD, we're definitely looking for sells here. CADJPY, we are looking for sells, but it can give us whatever. We're mainly looking for sells because I've been selling this pair all week. EURUSD, we're definitely looking for sells after that trend line bounce. GBPJPY, we're looking for sells. And USDCAD, we are looking for buys. And without further ado, let's hit that outro. Alrighty, guys. So as you can see, those are the markets I'm very interested in the week. You got seven of them to choose from. And as you all know, I always keep updates on my Instagram, which is listed right here. Perfect. All right. And if you keep up with my channel, keep up with my Instagram, you'll know exactly when I get into trades, when I get out of trades, the lot size I use. And remember, I'm doing the $100 challenge with you guys. You're more than welcome to join. And yeah, that's about it. So let's wrap it up. Make sure you like the video, make sure you comment, and make sure you smash that subscribe button, okay? It's always a pleasure making videos for you guys. I love doing this for you guys. Love building the community that I'm building. And you guys continue to have a blessed rest of your day, all right? Enjoy. Good night, guys.